this groundbreaking theory, and lo and behold, I found out that mountains line up with mountains. Mountains are basically geometrical shaped lenses that lens the moon's gravitational field. Okay. Whoa, another big discovery. Is that the homecoming parade I hear coming down the street? Oh no, wait a minute, it's the sirens from the men in the white coats. Okay, here we go. Mountain ranges line up with mountain ranges, 180 degrees away from each other. I say brought to latitude. The Himalayas tie into Sierra Nevadas, Rocky Mountains, and the Appalachian Mountains. I'm on the Appalachian Mountains right now. It's pretty stiff here. I'm lensing. Can you feel me? Can you feel me now? I am lensing. And the North Andes tie into the Indonesian islands, Singapore, Sumatra, Bali. Australia ties into South America, and Antarctica ties into Antarctica. You gotta love that one. That's a real easy one. Just go to Antarctica and look straight over the pole, and you'll see mountain ranges lining up with mountain ranges. Again, Africa and Europe tie into submerged mountain ranges in North and South Pacific. Of course, when the oceans drop 400, 500, 1,000 feet, you're gonna have massive land being, basically rising above the water, or above water, not rising. It's actually the oceans drops off. But anyways, long story short, there are alignments. Again, observable, physical evidence. If you're not seeing this stuff in your textbooks in the physics classes you're taking in high school and college, tell your professor you don't want to be lied to. You don't want garbage that's not going to lead to anything. You want this stuff. This is the good stuff. All right. Here, right here. These are more alignments. We have, the tip of South America tying into the tip of Asia. We have Mexico tying into India. The irony here is the land masses are almost identical. They both have like an upside down inverted upside down pyramid or triangle for a land mass. Right here and then right here. Similar. Again, land masses line up with land masses, and then you have Australia lining up with South America. This is a beautiful thing here. Again, another discovery by yours truly. And it's a hexagon. Actually, the ice-free landmass of Antarctica is shaped like a hexagon, just like South Pole of Jupiter and the South Pole of Saturn. Again, the astrophysics community, they're out looking at space. They're forgetting about what's going on on planet Earth here. It's time to come back home, figure this stuff out for us, and then go off to space. This is what happens to a lot of our great minds. They get going, and then they just leave the planet. They're off in space contemplating the speed of light and galaxies and quasars and all this other stuff. But which is great. They come back with some good stuff once in a while. But for peace of mind and securing a safe future for our loved ones and future generations of life, all life, plants, animals, any species of even algae, and humans. We need to get on top of this technology and do as our forefathers did. Great image here. Latitude. This whole thing is in latitude. Gravity, unbeknownst to the physics community, has a self-balancing mechanism to it. You put a large mass on one side of the planet, you'll wake up tomorrow and there's going to be a large mass on the other side of the planet. Okay? Maybe not tomorrow, but you're going to be, affecting the magma currents and allowing a volcano or a heave of landmass coming up on the other side to balance it out. That's why we're spinning, and we got a little bit of a wobble, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Mountain ranges line up with mountain ranges. Again, straight across. It's all straight across. Latitude, latitude, latitude. I can't stress this enough. If anybody asks me again and says that nasty word antipodal, I'm just going to snap and have that word removed from the dictionaries of the world. Have it eradicated from the minds of humanity, because it's not antipodal, it's latitude, straight across, latitude. Pyramid, volcano, continent, continent. That's it, straight across. Sorry for wigging out, but if you had to answer the question sometimes, it's just unbelievable. Oh, thinking about questions. Speaking about questions, lo and behold, the ESA, European Space Agency, gave us a lovely gravity snapshot of your planet Earth. The blue's the low gravitational fields, the reds are high, and here's the mark down the bottom gives you the graph on which way the gravitational fields are going. So I'm out there doing my bit in the first ever International Pyramid Conference in Chicago, and I got NASA scientists interrupting my presentation and asking me about this here graph. You know, they don't even understand it. You know, of course they get my stuff, they go home and they cash out when they get to NASA, and all of a sudden it's their ideas. That's all right. I'm not here to take any credit, but unbelievable. Who are these people? Anyways, I straightened them out. They went on their merry way. This here lines up with what? 300 plus pyramids on Central America. Again, what do pyramids do? They lower the gravitational field 180 degrees away from it on the same approximate latitude with, it's the four-letter word that we love, and that's okay to say, the moon. Again, this is a great snapshot. The only observable complaint that I would have is they get the moon on the pay no never mind list here. They didn't give you any data on where the moon was when they were taking these snapshots, nor did they give a crap. They don't care. The moon has been eradicated from most of the human minds on the planet by some crazy institutions we can get into later in another video. Anyways, this is what's going on. So, great picture. Love the picture. Okay. A message from a Type 3 society, one that we're trying to figure out, and one that controlled its environment by harnessing gravity. Okay, there's static gravity and there's live gravity on Earth, and the moon is live gravity, and the Earth is spinning through the moon's gravitational field. Okay, so they're both live, pulling and tugging, tweaking, and they're just doing the cha-cha all day long, 24/7, 365. It's flexing every tectonic plate, making sure the energies don't build up there, so we don't have these massive earthquakes and tsunamis. It's doing its work. There's a couple of messages left over. Egypt's loaded with technology, absolutely loaded with it. Horus with the sun disk. The serpent is the ancient sign for gravity. Gravity is the force that powers the sun. The reason the serpent was chosen to represent gravity is because the snake skin is made up of hexagonal shaped scales. The hexagon also makes up the tree of life and makes up the 64-point tetrahedron. Now this Nassim Harriman out there in Hawaii has been doing a lot of work with the tetrahedron. Unbelievable work. That guy's he's just amazing. The amount of work he's given humanity in his short time that he's been on Earth. Also, another group of people out there in Hawaii bringing in some great information, pushing the paradigm in the right direction. And again, a lens, pyramids a lens. The serpent pyramid at Chichen Itza at the equinox. Another sign showing the serpent shadow moving down the side, meaning the serpent is gravity and that the pyramid is a gravity condensing lens. So there's the old serpent. This thing actually wiggles all the way down during the equinox. It's pretty cool. An image. They left some images because these people that built all this technology understood the rising and the drop-off of the human consciousness. We go into the Ice Age, it's hunter-gatherer mode, there's a bunch of other things happening. I don't want to spoil the fun, but I'll put it in another book, and you can read about that also. But again, this gentleman by the name H.D. Buey went to he was on the path. He was enlightened, obviously. He's like, what's going on gravitationally with these pyramids? So what he did, he did thousands upon thousands of microgravity readings, and he comes up with seven stratification of the gravitational wave on the planet. Yeah. Well, it's probably on the planet, but on this pyramid. This is GP1. Great Pyramid of Giza is the top. That's the north part, the entrance. Red being the highest, green being the lowest, and boom, boom, boom. Now, if you look at this on the latitude-wise, you would see that these gravitational stratification actually line up with focal points in the center line of the pyramid. Focal points being the King's Chamber, Queen's Chamber, and the subterranean chamber. And what they would do, well, I'll wait until we get done. I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, nice picture. The moon is definitely, these things are connected to the moon. The moon runs the pyramids. The moon and the Earth's large pyramids work to control magma currents. In fact, the large pyramids are used to punch holes through tectonic plates to create constant erupting volcanoes to keep constant flow of magma flowing out of the hot spots, where as natural volcanoes erupt, seal themselves up only to build up massive amount of pressure before they blow up again. So again, Type 3 societies, like, let's cut it off at the pass here, and let's open up some vents so we don't have to have this, these eruptions just going off, indiscriminately all over the planet. They were very in tune to, controlling the ash content going into the atmosphere and, destructive forces that volcanoes have on the planet. A reason a lot of these are blowing off lately is because these hotspots have been shut down due to lack of understanding, lack of participation, really. Nobody wants to rebuild them. You got them opened up. When you open up a pyramid, you disable the pyramid. So great for tourism, but not too good for the rest of the planet. Right here, there's images on the moon. I wrote the book with my co-author, Wendy Salter. There's actually 5 images on the moon, and they have messages. There's actually 2 zodiac symbols, the claw and the goatfish, the sea goat. Down here in the bottom, you get there's a man right here with lips, nose, eye, 2 eyes, and ear. This picture's not doing it any justice, but go on Google pictures of the moon. Once you see these, like right now, you go find some pictures. If you can find them in blue, they really push the images out. Incredible. If you're interested in this new finding, go to www.tisatmoon.com, and that's TSAT moon stands for There Is Something About the Moon, and you'll get the books and the latest discovery. And there's also a link to a Facebook group, which is really has a lot of information on the book, and you can actually read half the book on Kindle for free. You actually get the book for free on Kindle if you're a Premier membership or something like that. Premier membership on Amazon. So, anyways, there's some deals out there. Again, moving on at the speed of sound. Probably like a herd of turtles, but anyways, real face on the moon is 750 miles ear to ear, with its 100-mile wide eyes and 200-mile wide perfect lips. The geometry alone on this face is incredible. Never mind the whites of his eyes and perfect geometry. No alien features here either. Possibly Amun, Ra, or Khonsu. Well, Amun was the creator god, and he gave his only begotten son, Khonsu, the moon to drive. So it's probably Khonsu we're looking at. And you got a picture of Khonsu. There's some statues scattered around the planet in museums, and the geometry of Khonsu's face is right on the money, along with Amun. So of course it'd be his son. So anyways, it's just this simple, folks. There's the moon. There's the gravitational waves. It's pulling up. And small pyramids were for managing water tables. They would, pull the water higher up underground and fill in the nooks and crannies, the aquifers, and all that other stuff. and allow the water tables to, basically maintain a higher level, and consequently, give the surrounding communities a good supply of fresh water throughout the year. That's one way. The medium-sized pyramids were built for water tables and to raise the ground that they're built on. If you get out to Central America with the 300-plus pyramids, you'll see that tiny, thin strip of land that separates the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, which is of paramount importance to the ocean conveyors, because you don't want a breach between two currents, so you're going to have major problems with weather if you collapse the ocean currents in the Atlantic or in the Pacific. So, again, geoengineering at its finest. And then the large pyramids, of course, like I've been rambling on for the last couple of hours, for punching holes in tectonic plates and keeping magma currents alive and stationary under tectonic boundaries, subduction zones, and what have you. All right, there's another great image here. How the Earth's pyramids work, coupled to the moon's gravitational force. Gravitational nanolensing happens inside the center line of the pyramid, forming a gravity vortex. This lowers the gravitational field 180 degrees opposed to the pyramid on the same approximate latitude, and thus lowering the gravitational field, allowing magma to flow out of a volcano. So, you got the lensing going on. Here's the Barry Center I was talking about earlier. It should be theoretically over the axis, the North Pole, but it's actually pulled out. So it pulls the gravitational field towards the moon and lowers the gravitational field on this side, and consequently the lensing apparatus of a pyramid lowers the gravitational field in the magma currents and allows the magma to overcome the gravitational field and spew magma out of a volcano 24/7, 365. This, in effect, keeps the ring of fire quiet. For one reason, it's bleeding off magma pressure in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and the ring of fire is, surrounds this, is at all the boundaries. So, if you wanted to, say, get on top of El Niños, La Niñas, you would fix your pyramids in the Giza Plateau, get them back to their original design specifications, smooth, lens-like, perfect apparatus, what do you call it, facial face, so they would lens more and close them up. And what they do is they put dense mass inside the focal points. So you got the King's Chamber, Queen's Chamber, subterranean chamber. You would put dense mass like gold, silver, uranium, lead, anything that was dense that would increase the gravitational field inside those focal points, and in effect allow more magma to come out of the Hawaiian hotspot. They also did this occasionally if the Hawaiian hotspot did close up for some bizarre reason. They could go in and turbocharge the pyramids, if you will, on top of, like I said, building them, sealing them back up, and bringing them back to their original design specification with smooth faces. This, my friends, is galaxy lensing. Albert Einstein surmised that that the galaxies are lensing light. So here on Earth we can see this cluster of stars on Earth, because and even though this would block the light, it actually lenses the light around, so we're still able to visibly see it. Again, pyramids are lenses. It's see-through. This is what it is like in the subatomic world. The Great Pyramid lens of Giza and the gravitational focal points, also known as the King Queens, I just said, this subterranean chamber located in the center line of the Great Pyramid of Giza. In the past, these focal points would have been filled with gold to increase the gravitational field density, and the three focal points, Zechariah Sitchin and his account of the Anunnaki need for gold for their atmosphere ties into this technology as well. Also, they sprayed monoatomic gold into the atmosphere to eke out a few more thousand years in their interglacial periods. Unfortunately, we're going into the ice age because we have knuckleheads that have all the wealth and they're spraying aluminum oxide in the air. So what are you going to do? I want to go back here one more time. I got to go over Shaughnessy Law of Gravity. I'm up to 7, by the way. And eventually I'm going to get published.